Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Gary here. I think it's Thursday. I'm going to guess it's the 21st. I'm taking a stab at it. I didn't look at my calendar today. I'm going to get a calendar real soon for the wall. Anyway, today's episode is going to be called The Man Cave. I mean, it's an obvious, it's been around for a long time. So I talk a little bit about it. In the beginning, when Man Cave, before it was, the Man Cave came around, it made its introduction into the United States, I believe in 1991, 1992. Pardon me, right in there. And it was like a respite, a place for the guy to go after a long day at work, where he didn't have to deal with the kids or his wife or the kids or the wife. But before that, like pre-World War II, they had back then smoking lounges for gentlemen, the gentlemen's club, smoking lounges for gentlemen only. And it was like a members only place. And, right around the time of Al Capone, those days. And then they had pool halls, gentlemen's clubs that were just pool halls. Or playing snooker. That's an English game of pool. And it was a place for men to go after a long day at work, or what have you, but no women were allowed. So we're going to go to present day, 1991, 1992, right there. They started making these man caves again. And they made big strides in the United States. I never had one because I was never fucking married. My whole house, and I've had 3 houses, they were just one big man cave unit. So I'm going to take a stab at it because I have a few friends. I got a half dozen or so friends that are married, men and women, mostly men that I know that are married. That doesn't include family or cousins, just friends. And so I'm going to assume, or I'm going to break down the beginning of it and why. I think it's like, okay, so you get married. Guy gets down on bent knee, presents a $10,000 rock, asks for her hand in marriage, because the sex was really, really fucking good back when they were younger. Let's like in their 20s. Right in there in their 20s, late 20s, early 30s. The sex was amazing. Anywhere, anytime. She was there for him. Anytime, anywhere. Backseat of his car or his truck. Front seat blowjob. Anything, anywhere, anytime. The sex was fabulous. She was trying to hook him. Set that hook. Get him to ask her to marry him. Marry her. You know what went on? I mean, we were all there. I mean, our hormones were flying. I mean, I never got married, but I might. Back in my 20s and 30s, I was a wild man, along with all my other friends. So, they get married. She has her day. Oh, it's my day. I'm going to have my bridesmaids. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be my day. They get married. They go on their fucking honeymoon that's going to probably put the guy in debt for another $50,000, $60,000 unless her parents or his parents chuck in the money for their honeymoon as a gift. They go somewhere exotic for 7 to 10 days. Start the marriage out right, people. Let's get in fucking debt from the get-go. Then a lot of couples, at least some of my friends, they went from the apartment style living because now the wife wanted a house. So now that the sex is still good, but it's changed a little bit. Because now there's responsibilities going on. She starts to get demanding. And I'm not beating up on women here. For people that are watching that are women today. I'm not beating up on you ladies. I'm just saying I'm a realist. I tell it like it is. People that know my shit, they know. I don't pull punches. Now a woman says, We're not living in that apartment anymore. It was great when we were just dating, but those days are now over. You're gonna find me a home, and I'm gonna help you find one. So they go house shopping. And then they're factoring, oh, we're gonna have kids someday? If we're gonna have kids someday, we're gonna have to get at least a 3-bedroom. Maybe a 4-bedroom, 2 baths. 4-bedroom, 3-bath. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. 2-story, big backyard. Are we gonna have a dog or a cat? These are the things we're all thinking of down the road. What are we gonna have? What are we gonna have? What are we gonna need? What are we gonna need? What are we gonna need? Mind you, she's not working. Some women still worked in the 90s. I mean, a lot of them did. But let's say she's not gonna work. Or she has a job, a powder puff job, part-time. But he's working full fucking time. They want to live in a nice area. You're going to buy me a nice house. We're going to live in a nice area, goddammit. This stuff starts coming. You know what that is, guys? They snap their fingers. I want. You're going to give me. You're going to give me. You're going to give me. Oh, yeah. That's when the trading starts, guys. If you don't, you're going to get no more pussy. No more pussy till you get me a house. Oh, you know that shit goes on. I've seen it in living color, people. So anyway, now they get the house. The guy chucks out $500,000. Maybe, let's say conservatively, $300,000 back in the 90s was a lot of money for a house. And it was a nice house in Cincinnati. $300,000 back in the mid-90s, a lot of goddamn money. And that bought you a lot of house. So now they got their house. And this is not picking on women. Women make a great home. Guys don't have that ability. I mean, my place is nice. I'm a bachelor. I mean, I'm rare. I'm color coordinated. I like red. I like to paint. I love painting. I have colors. My bedroom's in a khaki walls. I have walls everywhere that are different colors. Everything has order. Everything has a place. Everything flows. Because I'm a bachelor. So the guy that gets married, he's out there, he's out there doing his thing. This damn thing. He's out there doing his thing, working full time. She's making the house a home. She's decorating it. She's putting up the pictures around the house. She's tidy. She has a place for everything. And women are great at this. You are, ladies. You ladies know how to do this shit. All the wall hangings, every picture frame, everything has its place. Has order. The guy just brings home the paycheck. Now fast forward a year. Well, let's just say 2 years. Fast forward 2 years. The honeymoon's over. Let's say she's pregnant with number 1. And he needs a spot to go. He looks in the garage. He's thinking, fuck, the garage has got her car in it, plus a lot of shit from our other houses, our other apartments. So he goes down the basement. That's where the cave starts. He goes, oh, I can make this my space down here. He wasn't the one that began the idea, but he read about it in a magazine, or he saw a friend who had it. He was now going to build a man cave. He had to get his wife's permission, mind you. Well, he made the money. She ran the household. And like my older brother, who lives in New Hampshire, he's got a smart wife. She's so smart. He brought home the paycheck. He gave her the paycheck. She paid all the bills. She organized the household. She said, get your ass to work, bitch. I'm taking care of the house. I'm going to make it a home. That's a good marriage right there, right? I think a lot of people in society run that way. A smart guy's going to make sure he marries a strong woman who's coordinated and a designer in her mind, and can make things nice and tidy. Oh, don't forget to be faithful. Don't fuck around on them. That's a given, right? And manage the money, manage the finances. All he does is work his ass off and hands her the check. So he has to ask her, hey, honey, I'd like to get a 50-inch TV set for downstairs. I know we got a 90-inch upstairs, but I want a 50-inch for my downstairs. I want to make a man cave. Come on, babe, can I have a man cave, please? And she has to bless that. She has to give her blessing. Okay, honey, you could have your man cave. So now he starts building it up. Maybe he'll put a foosball table down there. Maybe a video game, because you can still get video games. Maybe a pinball machine. At one of my houses, I had a pinball machine. I wish I'd never sold it. That was so much fun. An old 70s style pinball machine. I drank a lot of beer and played a lot of pinball. But that's another story completely. So yeah, he builds his man cave. Now the only problem here is there's no entrance from the outside of the house directly down to the basement. If he has friends over, they have to come in through the house. So that's where the man cave began. She never went down there. She had her lifestyle upstairs with her girlfriends. But that was his spot. That was his place at the end of a workday to go downstairs, chill out. He had a refrigerator downstairs. He had food in it, beer, alcohol. That was the beginning of the man cave. I seen some, and it worked. It was perfect. I think those man caves were a marriage saver. And sometimes he would invite his wife downstairs to play Spanky Spanky. You know what I'm talking about, Spanky Spanky. In his man cave on his man cave couch. Bump Uglies, the old horizontal bop, the old hide the sausage, that kind of shit. When she felt like being naughty. When she gave him some. Because after 2 years of marriage, you get less and less of that pussy. I've seen some man caves on TV shows where these guys now, they're taking it out of the basement and they're putting it in the backyard. They're building a shed in the backyard. So that, like 3/4 of the shed is enclosed with all kinds of nice couches, chairs, a bar, TV set. With the TV set, he has one on the inside and one on the outside. So the outside, there's another bar area with a hot tub and another TV set. The size of a small cottage. These are the guys that have a little bit more imagination and have a little bit more money, extra money in their pocket where they could do that. But you can't say a guy that doesn't have a guy's making if he's making six figures on the northern end of six figures, like $500,000 a year, $400,000 a year. Yeah, he could have someone build him a shed in the back and build him a man cave. But a guy like me that was making $50,000 a year gross, but being alone was perfect. That was good money for me. Still is good money. I'd build my own shed. Go to Home Depot and buy one of those tool sheds that are already assembled out in the parking lot. You've seen them. I've seen them. And you have it transported to your house. You put it together. Then your man cave. But again, if you're single, your whole house is your man cave. And why do guys do that? To get the fuck away from the wife. That's the bottom line, people. You know it and I know it. It's to get the fuck away from the wife. Because there's nothing he could do at the end of a long day. All he's allowed to do is to take his shoes off and leave them near the door, or leave them in the mudroom, or leave them in the garage. And if he's going to sit on any furniture, you can't put your feet up on the tables. You need a coaster if you're going to drink a beer. Not on my table, buddy. Oh yeah, everything is. She has full license to the whole house. Anything he does, he basically has to get a permission. You know how it is, guys. You pussy whipped at that point. If you want any pussy, you're going to do exactly as she says in her house. So what's he do? He builds a man cave. That's how it happened. It was a marriage saver. That's why man caves were designed. Gary, can you put it out any better? Can't you just say it's not going to get any sex? No! It's pussy. It's like the vagina wrench. It's this. That's what we call the vagina wrench. She cut that off in a heartbeat if she wasn't getting what she wanted. But yeah. The man cave, can it save a marriage? For a while it can. But if you have deep-seating things going on in that marriage that you shouldn't have said I do, then the man cave's not going to save you in a million years. So then what happens? They just turn into alcoholics. These guys, they stock their refrigerators out in the man cave. They put locks on the doors. So if she wants to come out and see, she has to call him. She has to call him from her cell phone to get a hold of him because his door's locked on his man cave. He could be sitting in there watching porn with his buddies, drinking beer, passing out, spending a whole weekend in the man cave, in the backyard. Don't bother your daddy, honey. He's little Junior. Don't bother daddy. He's wasted and passed out in his man cave. We have the house to ourselves this weekend. But yeah, just another expense. He paid for the house. He gives her the credit card. She buys whatever the fuck she wants because he's got the money. He's making the money. She drives a car that he pays for the car. He pays for the house. He's paying for the groceries. He's paying for all the things in the house. She has the house. She has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. None of it is his. The only thing he gets to do is sleep in the bed with her, if he's that lucky. And he better put that fucking toilet seat down when he's done, or it'll be hell to pay. Harold, you didn't put the seat down again, goddammit. What's wrong with you? Have we gone over this or not? Oh, can you hear it? Oh, yeah, squawking. Puking and squawking. Listen, marriage is bliss, people. It just... Anyway, that's another story. You've heard me talk about it in other episodes. I'm not going to go in there. I'm talking about the man cave. And sometimes the man cave can save a marriage. It'll save a marriage for a few years. But if that marriage is already going south of the border, I put a for sale sign on the house, get a divorce, like 70% of the other Americans that don't make a marriage last after 5 years. Get divorced. She gets half of everything, sell the house, call it quits and say, hey, I gave it a college try, guys. I thought it was love. When it was lust, but I thought it was love. But it wasn't love, it was lust. Yeah, the old man caveage. Doesn't work every time, but they're pretty cool looking. I've seen a few. That's all I got, people. I'm going to jump off here and get going with my day. It's cold as ass in Cincinnati today. I think it's like 50-something degrees. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. That's all I got. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll do another one tomorrow. I'm not sure. Well, I have a bunch of things I got in my head right now what I want to do. Have a fantastic Thursday. Peace out.